Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very excited to be here today representing NEO. This is the first time visit for NEO to come to India. And unfortunately, our founder, Da Hongfei, he could not make the trip because of some personal reasons. But anyhow, he delivered a video to greet everybody here. Can you please play the video? Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Da Hongfei. I'm very happy to have received the invitation from the International Blockchain Congress to speak at the event. But unfortunately, I cannot make the trip to India due to some personal issues. Anyhow, our marketing director, Caterina Zhang, will represent on behalf of me to introduce NEO Smart Economy. This is the first visit of NEO to India. Before coming here, NEO has already had some presence in Indian market. NEO Global Capital, the investment arm of NEO Foundation, had invested in some Indian cryptocurrency exchange called MoonX. We look forward to more engagement with the blockchain and cryptocurrency community here, and exploring the vibrant Indian startup environment throughout this trip. I wish the conference a great success, and I hope there will be more people joining our journey of building the smart economy. Thank you.
Yeah, so before we start the presentation, may I ask how many of us here have heard about NEO? Can you please raise your hands? Okay, thank you. And how many of us are NEO holders? Can I have a look? That's quite some. Okay, so we will start with a brief introduction of the history of NEO. So the NEO project, initially it is called Antcheers, and Antcheers started in 2014. And there are two founders, they are called Da Hongfei and Eric Zhang, and both of them, they announced the project of Antcheers for the first time in the Bitcoin conference in Beijing in 2014. And also during that conference, we have raised the seed fund of $90,000 for 10% of NEO. And then later, after 1 year preparation, we dropped the first line of code on GitHub. So before the launch of the testnet, we did the first round ICO in September 2015, and we raised 2,100 Bitcoins, which equivalent to $700,000 by that time. And comparing to the ICOs nowadays, it is really a tiny amount. And later, after 1 year development, before we launched the mainnet, in September 2016, we launched the second round ICO, and we raised 600 Bitcoins, and equivalent to $3.8 million. So it was not because we finished the money we decided to do the second round ICO. Actually, it was within the plan. We only raised the amount of money that is sufficient for the development during that time. And in 2017, middle of the year in June, we did the rebranding. So we changed the brand from Antcheers to NEO. And because of this rebranding, we got very successful at this rebranding and got very well received, especially in the Western market. Since then, the price of the NEO just went skyrocket. And in the same year, in November, we launched the give back plan. So we decided to set a model within the blockchain industry and to give the invested amount back to the seed fund and the two ICO round investors in terms of fiat currency or NEO token. And early this year, in 2018, in June, we had the first NEO DevCon in San Francisco. It was a very successful event, and over 800 developers showed up. So here you can see a picture taken from the conference. And what is NEO? Our vision is to build the smart economy. So how do we define smart economy? We define it in three ways. First of all, we consider it as a digitized economy. We believe that in the future, smart economy, everything can be digitized, including currencies, assets like real estate, houses, cars, etc., and also identity, Internet of Things devices, etc. Secondly, we consider it is a programmable economy. Because a NEO platform, we support almost all the mainstream programming languages like C#, JavaScript, Python, Go, C++, etc. So everything on the blockchain is very transparent, and it is operated by the smart contract, which is very objective. And third, we consider it is a trust-free economy. That is because nowadays we believe almost 50% of the cost that we spend for the commercial activities are spent for building the trust. We pay lawyers, we pay auditors, we pay third party, etc. And in the future smart economy, we believe using the blockchain technology, we can significantly reduce the cost of trust, and even there will be no need for a middleman. So how to achieve the goal of a smart economy? We think that the development comes in three pillars. The three pillars are digital assets, digital identity, and smart contract. So NEO used the blockchain technology and digital identity to digitize all the assets, and then use the smart contract, the NEO smart contract, to manage all these assets in the network. And the goal of NEO, our goal, it is a very ambitious goal, and Da Hongfei has mentioned several times in public occasions. We want to build the #1 blockchain by 2020. So what does it mean, #1? It doesn't mean that we want to achieve the highest price. It doesn't mean we want to achieve ranking #1 in coin market cap. It means that we want to make a NEO platform to be the go-to platform for decentralized applications to build on. And how to achieve that? We want to provide advanced performance, diversified ecosystem, and compliance solutions. We believe the future competition comes in three dimensions. First of all, it is a technical competition. That is easy to understand because blockchain is an edge-cutting technology. Everything is about tech. And secondly, we think it is an ecosystem competition, which we will go into detail later. And third, it is the governance and compliance dimension competition. So to look into the ecosystem of NEO, we believe that we have a very successful and active community worldwide, which is the key to the success of public chain operation. So globally, we have several representative organizations. These here listed are developer organizations. So City of Zion is one of the most active developer community worldwide. And currently, they have over 200 to 300 developers dedicated to build on top of NEO. And 20% of them are full-time developers working on NEO. And then we have NEL, which is a developer community based in China mainly. And third, we have NEO Research, which is the developer community based in Brazil. So they are dedicated to build the compilers for NEO. And thanks to the contribution of our community, we are very much established 360-degree in all the online and offline social media and community activities. So here you can see that on GitHub we have a very active input from the developer communities mentioned before. And on Discord we have over 1,500 subscribers, and most of them are developers as well. And on Reddit, we have right now 95,000 subscribers, which makes us the third largest community on Reddit after Bitcoin and Ethereum. And on Twitter, we have over 32,000 followers. And also on WeChat, which is mainly for the Chinese communities, we have a long list of WeChat groups managed by the community in China. And the community also contribute a lot to build the tools for NEO platform, like wallets, blockchain explorers, compilers, SDKs, documentation, translations, and developer workshops. These are all initiated by the community. These are the social media. And we do a lot of offline activities as well to have the engagement with our community, like the DevCon we just had. And we do global tours for meetups and workshops, hackathons, etc. So in March, we did the APAC tour. In April, we did the Europe tour. And later, London and Geneva, etc. And also in China domestic. So far, in overall, we have over 100 projects running on top of NEO. And here you can see a sneak peek of the decentralized applications on our platform. And these information are uploaded by the projects themselves. So the real number of the apps are much more than these. So we believe that the consensus mechanism that we choose, which is DBFT, is the best consensus algorithm out there for building the smart economy. So DBFT is the consensus algorithm that is invented by our founder, Eric Zhang. And the features are, it has a lot of advantages. It is extremely fast and has a perfect finality. It takes only one confirmation for a transaction to be registered on the blockchain. And it takes only 15 to 20 seconds for the latency of the block. Sorry. And it is easily scalable. We can scale up to infinite full nodes. And it's eco-friendly. We do not need to do mining on the DBFT consensus algorithm, and it is good operation. It has good operationality. The consensus nodes can be identifiable on the network. So far, we have 7 consensus nodes on NEO blockchain, and before it was all operated by the NEO Foundation. And some have criticized that in this way NEO is very centralized, which is kind of true. But we are starting the decentralization since this year in July. So one of the consensus nodes has already been voted to be operated by one of our community organizations called City of Zion. So City of Zion, they are a group of developers which have very great experience and reputation within our community. They have been running on our testnet for over 6 months. After the proven record, that we elected them to become one of the consensus node operator. And besides, there are some other organizations committed to run the consensus nodes, include like KPN, which is the biggest Dutch telegram company. They have been already running our testnet. And then we have Fenbush Capital, which is also committed to run one of the consensus nodes. And Swisscom, which is the biggest Swiss telecommunication company. Also, they are committed to run consensus nodes. So what we can provide to the projects on our ecosystem, this is very important for the entrepreneurs sitting here. So we can provide support in 3 dimensions. First of all, the technical support. We have a team of experts sitting in Shanghai under the NGD group. So whenever you need technical support when you're deploying your contract on NEO, you can reach out to our team. And secondly, we have the marketing support, like the team that I am leading. We do globally events like workshops, meetups, to invite our eco partners joining these events to have the engagement with our community together. And third is the investment, the cornerstone investment support, which is done through the investment vehicle of NEO Foundation called NGC, NEO Global Capital. So initially, NEO Foundation has issued 100 million NEO tokens. And 50% of these tokens have been reserved by the NEO Foundation. And we will spend these tokens throughout the year in order to enforce the ecosystem development. As you can see, 10% of these reserve tokens are for the team incentives, and then another 10% is for the community incentive, like we incentivize the City of Zion, NEO, and these community groups, they will decide how to spend the tokens to reward the developers who contribute to the NEO platform. And then we have another 15% for the ecosystem investment to support those projects which are instrumental to the NEO ecosystem. Yeah. So, so far, right now, NEO Foundation still reserves 46% of the token, and we are spending it like maximum 15% every year. Our goal is to reach the final decentralization of the network, which means the final decentralization of all these NEO tokens. We had the reorganization since April this year. So before, there was a NEO Council handling everything, and now we have renamed it into NEO Foundation. There are two co-chairs within NEO Foundation, who are Eric Da Hongfei and Eric Zhang. And under the leadership of NEO Foundation, we have NEO Global Development. NEO Global Development is in charge for the daily operation and execution of the strategies set by the NEO Foundation. And the business of NGD include marketing, community operations, R&D, and also business development, etc. And there is a separate branch called organization called NGC, NEO Global Capital, which is one of the biggest crypto fund worldwide. They are registered in Singapore, and it's solely funded by NEO Foundation. So all the investments are done through the NGC. Right now, we are under the development of a new, totally new form, new version of NEO called a NEO 3.0. So NEO 3.1 is the N-shares. NEO 1.0 is the N-shares. NEO 2.0 we consider is the smart economy. What we want to do within the new version 3.0 is to build a totally upgraded platform to support the real-world enterprise use cases. Because we believe nowadays all the platforms out there, actually, they have limited capacity to run the real-world enterprise use cases. While in the new version of NEO, we try to optimize the TPS as well as the stability of the network, and we will increase a lot of new APIs and features of smart contract. You can go to our official website, and you will find links to all the social medias managed by NGD, NEO Foundation. You can take a picture if you want. And then, because time is really limited, so we will have a meetup later tonight in the town. So if you have interest to come over to have deeper exchange with our team, please take a note of the event, the meetup. And you can also follow on the Twitter where we have posted the details for the meetup event. That's all for the presentation. Thank you very much. I am here throughout the conference. You're welcome to reach out to us. And thank you again. Okay.